11 attraction signs men often miss. Women often send signals to men they're interested in, hoping to ignite attraction. However, many men have poor attraction radars and struggle to recognize these signals from women. 11. Accidental touches. Research indicates that women often take the lead in signaling early attraction, using body language rather than words. However, one of the signs of attraction that men frequently overlook is when a woman lightly brushes their arms or makes accidental contact between body parts. Here's a valuable tip. Psychologists suggest that there's no such thing as a true accident in the realm of body language. It's akin to the concept of causality, as illustrated by the Merovingian. When you bump into each other, it's not fate. She likely did it intentionally. She's curious to see if this brief physical interaction will ignite attraction. Therefore, it's not accidental when she lightly bumps her hips or brushes her fingers against yours. She's testing the waters. 10. Slow stroking of the knees. According to psychologists, when a woman strokes, touches, or caresses your knees, it's a clear sign of sexual interest. If she engages in this behavior, you can be sure she's interested in you. There's little need to explain what to do next. Notice if she strokes her own knees while talking to you. This unconscious action reflects her desire to touch and caress yours. Also, pay attention to the direction of her knees. If they're pointed towards you, it indicates that you're the subject of her interest. 9. Opening up the body. We're not talking about dissecting her or getting naked. Psychologists explain that people unconsciously close themselves off to those they're not interested in. For instance, crossing the arms in front of the chest is a defensive behavior we exhibit when we're not fond of the person we're talking to. Therefore, a woman who maintains an open body posture is signaling attraction to those who are receptive. Notice if she places her hands and arms on the table, exposing her chest while conversing with you. Pay attention to whether her upper limbs move freely or seem restricted. It's important to note that women may fold their arms to protect themselves when around unappealing or aggressive men. Also, observe if she crosses her legs or keeps them apart. While crossing legs is a closed-off gesture, frequently changing positions can be seen as an open invitation. 8. The blinking phenomenon. Did you know there's something called an eyelash flutter? It's like blinking faster without realizing it. Researchers at the Center for Nonverbal Studies discovered that a rapid eye blink indicates a person's level of psychological arousal. They further explained that women who suddenly blink faster than their dates are experiencing heightened sexual arousal without consciously understanding why or how. It's important to realize that these actions occur on an unconscious level beyond our awareness. We don't realize we're displaying these signs, which also explains why others might not recognize them. Next time you're chatting with a female friend or acquaintance, pay attention to how they blink. You never know if she's already signaling attraction and you're just not picking up on it. It could be a missed opportunity. 7. The rolling hips. She's not trying to imitate Nicki Minaj. Rather, she's swaying her hips more provocatively to grab your attention. It's no surprise that women typically have wider hips than men, as science suggests it symbolizes fertility and sexual prowess. This aspect of female anatomy often gets referenced in songs. The effect becomes more noticeable if her buttocks are also well-rounded. Pay attention to how she gyrates her hips and shifts in her seat. This swaying motion of the hips is like an open invitation for perceptive men who understand its significance. So, observe how she moves her hips. If the movements seem more deliberate than usual, it's a subtle hint of her interest. 6. The Gelida baboon maneuver. We're not suggesting she'll transform into an ape. What we mean is, she'll likely emphasize her ample bosom. Galata baboons are distinctive due to their fiery red chests, earning them the nickname bleeding heart monkey from locals. But this red display isn't a sign of despair. Rather, it's a way for these primates to show off their fertility, sexuality, and readiness to mate. While you won't see a woman painting her chest red like a Ferrari, her bosoms might catch your attention. She might lean closer to you or pull her shoulders back to accentuate her breasts protruding from her chest. She might also stand taller to showcase her best assets. Many men mistakenly believe that when a woman sticks out her breasts, she's merely trying to maintain her posture, but it's often more than that. She's highlighting her body's best features to attract attention. 5. Licking her lips. Did you know that a woman's lips are as thick as her outer genital lips? It may sound risque, but scientists explain that female lips represent a form of natural self-mimicry. The full, luscious lips on a woman's face symbolize those in her genital region. Therefore, it is not uncommon for women to subconsciously lick their lips to make them appear shinier, more attractive, and more enticing. While many men believe women lick their lips due to dryness or to remove food particles, there's a deeper reason behind it. When a woman is attracted to someone, her increased breathing can dry out her lips. Licking the lips also involves tongue movements, often in an inviting manner. When coupled with red or glossy lipstick, this becomes a potent signal of attraction. Unfortunately, many men overlook this subtle sign of attraction. 4. The submissive look. Many men think that when a woman looks submissive, she's just weak and easily taken advantage of. They might use this to their advantage, knowing they can manipulate her easily. It's hard for women who are attracted to someone because they have to seem interested without seeming too aggressive or too submissive. So what kind of submissiveness do men often overlook as a sign of attraction? Research suggests that women with thin, high-set eyebrows appear more vulnerable, which triggers a protective instinct in men. Also, when women expose their wrists or let them go limp, it sends a signal of submissiveness that attracts men. This makes them seem weaker, which can make them targets for harm. Still don't believe it? Take a look at how women hold their cigarettes. They often expose their wrists, which reinforces this idea of submissiveness. 3. The hair flip. What makes these behaviors so irresistible? Why do Pantene and Dove commercials seem so appealing, even though the hair flips are exaggerated? Science offers several explanations. Touching the neck or flipping the hair exposes the armpit. A lot of men don't realize that this area of the body releases sexual pheromones. These are chemical signals that the brain can detect, but they're hard to explain in detail. Touching the hair also shows off the curve of a woman's neck and draws attention to her shiny, healthy hair. In short, flipping the hair is a woman's subconscious way of getting noticed. It's one of the signs of attraction that men often overlook. 2. Slowly, almost sensually, caressing nearby objects. Most men don't realize these are signs of attraction, but scientists disagree. When someone is attracted to you, they often have a strong urge to touch. But if they can't touch you directly yet, they might touch other things nearby. Notice how she fondles her coffee cup or wine glass, plays with a pen between her lips, or caresses her phone screen with her fingertip. Psychologists say these behaviors show object transference, which is deeply connected to our bond with our mothers when we were babies. We couldn't tell ourselves apart from our moms then. When a woman caresses an object, it brings back pleasurable sensations from our unconscious. Fidgeting is another sign of attraction that many men overlook. She might stroke her car keys or rub them to release built-up energy. So if you notice a female friend displaying these body signals, take the opportunity to reciprocate. 1. The Marilyn Monroe expression. Marilyn Monroe's sensuality and charm are timeless, spanning across generations. Her appeal is as lasting as classic art. Many have tried to copy her, but none have succeeded. Girls who are attracted to someone don't need to look like the blonde bombshell. They just need to mimic her captivating gaze. If you're unsure what the Marilyn Monroe come-on looks like, you can look at any of her pictures. She often has raised eyebrows and half-closed eyelids, giving the impression of being sleepy. But it's not sleepiness, it's the classic expression of a woman experiencing intense pleasure. You might also notice her slightly parting her lips. If this image doesn't arouse you, or if you fail to recognize it as a sign of attraction, you might be missing out. Did you miss any sign? Sadly, most men also miss some signals from women who find them attractive. I've listed all the signs here, which you can check in this next video right here.